we sit a little closer together, we can get more people into the picture here. This is the Ecotoxicology meeting for April of 2025. Today is April 10th, 2025, and it's 6:30 p.m. at the Broome County Public Library Exhibit Room. Calling the meeting to order. Lottie, can you do the roll call, please?
Yeah, how do I do it?
Roll call?
Yeah.
That means, just like see who's present and absent. Do you have the list of people?
No, I don't have
Oh.
a list of people.
Okay. Jasmine O.
Yeah.
Jasmine O. Sarah Chimides. Lottie Scully. Shreyash Shrestha.
Yeah, it's right here.
And I'm Richard Giannaccio. And Scott, what's your last name?
Laufer.
Laufer.
L-A-U-F-F-E-R. Yeah.
I know the spelling, but I forgot how to pronounce it. Laufer?
It's supposed to be Laufer. but
Laufer.
We say
Laufer.
We say Laufer.
Okay, I'll get it. See, I got Shreyash, I'll get Laufer next. Okay, and we'll check the list later to see who was absent. So, intros we don't need to do today because I just said everybody's name and we, gave the detailed intros previously. Any public comment? That would be either Emily. Any public comment? You're a guest now.
Give the good work, guys. That's my public comment.
Okay. Emily Landis as a guest, we could put her down. Landis.
I think she's just waiting for the bus.
Well, hey.
I guess.
We'll take it. Now, unfortunately, I just found out a little while ago that the minutes were never posted, and we'll have to look into that, but that means that people didn't get a chance to read them. So we're going to get them to you as soon as possible. They should have been posted on the city website, but they weren't. So we'll skip over that for today, and we'll approve 2 sets of minutes next time to compensate for that. Same thing happened with the legislative committee. They only posted the minutes for the outreach and education from the last time. Okay, committee task force reports. The Water Quality Task Force. News from the EPA is that they have, I think it was yesterday, made a decision to review the science on fluoridation, and maybe we'll have more to say about that next month if they've made any progress on that end. I know that most of the news coming from the EPA has been bad news, but maybe there's one good thing. And I suspect that maybe RFK Jr. may have asked the EPA administrator to do this. That was speculated on in the press too, that I read. At the same time, several people in this room are working on the fluoridation issue, and we're going to be coming up with some research findings pretty soon and putting them together to educate the public. The next issue, anybody want to say anything about fluoridation that you've been working on so far, what you found, or where things stand right now? We're sort of working on policy papers and slides, correct? Yeah. Okay, so probably next month I think we're gonna have something, you know, things will be at a point where we'll be able to give a report on it. The next issue is the PFAs, which Scott had been working on. And I don't know if you heard, Scott, but the EPA wanted to do the opposite there and relax the standards.
Yep.
And I'm wondering now if the DEC will keep the more stringent standards at the state level.
Well, one of the things that the EPA is, I shouldn't say likely to do, but looking at doing, is prevent states from having stricter standards on it. On that and other harmful chemicals.
Well, that would be a first,
Yeah.
because I've never seen that done before.
I mean, New York was moving towards more bans, and but I don't know. Things are in
That
flux.
doesn't sound like an environmental protection agency if they are prohibiting states from having environmental
They're
protections.
protecting the industry that's responsible.
Unbelievable. Okay, and again, just to summarize, you found that the PFAs were exceeding the benchmarks in the Olmsted well that is sometimes used to supplement the water supply, right? But once it is diluted with the water from the Susquehanna River that accounts for, what, 95% of our water? Then
At least, maybe a little more, but yeah.
then the PFA levels are below the level that they need to be.
Yeah.
And for the Ecotoxicology Committee, because we were off camera before we had a discussion, what is happening with the plant tour for the water treatment plant of Binghamton?
Well, we decided at the commission meeting that maybe contact Rebecca Rathmel, which I did, ask her to see if they could make a request on behalf of City Council. She did get back to me via email and said she brought it up at the City Council meeting. This would have been back in February. And then she just wanted clarification what response or lack of response I was getting. So I just said, yeah, I'm not getting any response. So I guess I could try to call the mayor's office too.
So has Rebecca gotten back to you?
Not
after
since
that?
then, no. No.
Mayor's office. Shreyash had made some inquiries at the mayor's office, right, Shreyash?
Yeah.
About a different issue.
Didn't get a response back, I don't
No
know.
response.
Yeah.
Now, there's another person that's joined our committee, couldn't make the meeting today. It's a graduate student, and he said that he found 5 additional contaminants of concern, which I haven't had a chance to check because I just got the information on the water quality report, so I don't know. I'm just gonna announce them and maybe we can all kind of check it on the water quality report and against the standards. It's bromodichloromethane, chloroform, chromium, dibromochloromethane,
All right, I'm trying to write these down. Chromium
dibromochloromethane, that's all one word.
dichlorobromomethane again?
Yeah, well, the first one was bromodichloromethane, and this is dibromochloromethane.
Bromo.
So it's a little bit different. 2 bromos and the other one has 2 chloros.
That's 4.
And nitrate, Nitrate, nitrate.
And this was in the water quality report?
Is what he told me, yeah. He had a previous engagement, so he couldn't come tonight. But hopefully be here next time, but we'll see if we can look into it in the meantime. Okay, Parks and Recreation is another one of those ones with the FOIL request issue, and I'll continue to pursue that and probably enter another chapter next time around if nothing happens soon. Okay, the next topic would be new business. If anybody wants to bring up some new business that we may want to get involved with. Ecotoxicology is such a big field, you know, there's so many opportunities for things to be done. In this area too, it could be one of the few bright lights in the new administration that, you know, food colorings and additives in foods are being looked at and probably going to end up being regulated or prohibited, as in some cases has already been done in other countries. So it's like we're not being trailblazers here by any means, but it is one of the things that's probably long overdue. And that, of course, is under the purview of the Health and Human Services Department of the federal government. So if we want to do something about that, we could start another task force. I had wanted to start a food task force at some time ago, but you know, we can only take on so much, and then we have to figure out what role the city could play in that. And maybe what they could do is, you know, just to encourage the kind of sustainable agriculture, encourage local farming support, encourage people to go to the farmer's market and buy whole foods and, you know, things like that. Avoid a lot of processed foods and encourage the markets to carry more of these types of things so that they'll be available for people. Other than that, I mean, things have to be done either at the state level or national level. And in that respect, we could also reach out to our state representatives, Donna Lepardo, Assembly member, and State Senator Leah Webb. Yes. Right? Okay. So it sounds like there's no other real new business. That just is kind of a suggestion. It's not really new business, but something to think about. last part of our meeting is committee member comments. Let's start with Jasmine. You can talk about anything that has to do with the environment, anything you came up against or, heard in the news. I mean, there's news about the EPA almost every day now. Mostly not good.
I just hear about Trump's tariffs, and that's a big issue. The biggest issue I see with fluoridation is.
Could you speak a little louder because we have the camera here, it doesn't pick up very well. Hi, Nikita.
Hi. Is it the Ecotox or still the other one?
It is Ecotox.
Okay. Are you recording with a different device since your phone didn't work last time?
No, that's all I have. I don't know if I'm going to try it again.
Does anybody else have, anybody else willing to record the meeting with their laptop? Just so that we have a backup just in case? Or their phone?
Well, we're up to the final comments anyway.
Oh, okay.
Jasmine, please speak up.
Okay, so I was just saying, one of the main issues I saw, fluoridation, was that there could be, potential of, reducing the IQs of children, especially, if they were, younger, because, when they were born, the mom was, they're drinking water that has, fluoride in it, and it could, potentially, impact the IQ of the children. Could be an issue that I saw, water fluoridation.
It's hard to understand. Can you speak up a little bit?
I was just saying that, IQ was one of the issues with water fluoridation, so that's pretty much what I was just saying.
Because also for the students that don't know, because we at the...
Yeah, we'll get to you. We're going around
No, but we're
now.
not supposed to be talking about fluoridation anymore because...
What do you mean we're not supposed to be talking about it?
Dr. Shepard said, because the city...
Look, you're out of order. I'm sorry.
No, we're not...
You're out of order.
But I saw that it was on the agenda. I'm not out of order. I can call Dr. Shepard now.
You can
He
call
said
him.
at the last...
Call him out in the
He
lobby.
said at the last meeting, we agreed that the city, unless the city council does anything further, we're not discussing fluoridation anymore. So why are we discussing it here?
I
we're
took
not
that
This
to be at
is
the
the
commission.
Ecotoxicology Committee.
I took that to be period, that we're not discussing it anymore.
You're out of order,
period.
Nikita.
I took it to be at the commission level.
I took it as in general because it's...
All right, you interrupted somebody.
No,
We're
I
going
didn't
in
mean to.
order here. Just wait your
But
turn,
we're not
please.
supposed to be talking about it still. Okay, I'll call him, but...
So you don't talk about it if you want. Make you feel good.
Okay.
Next, Sarah.
I commented on this from the previous committee, but we're working on, Lottie and I are working on a policy paper for fluoridation, and I believe, Jasmine, you're joining us for the slides for fluoridation, but I don't have any
Lottie?
further comment.
You can talk about anything, like the EPA. Doesn't have to be what you're working on necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay. Shreyash?
Yeah, no comment.
Well, that's good. We stifled free speech. I'm a little upset when somebody comes in here and disrupts the meeting and doesn't know what the heck she's talking about because she just joined recently. But the committees do what they do. If the city council gives us something to do, we do it. If not, we do investigations to bring to their attention. And that's my understanding. And that's what the bylaws say too, right? We worked on the bylaws. So. Take care, Emily, thank you.
Thank you,
Be in touch, all right?
Okay, I will.
Okay. You have to wonder what people are afraid of when they try to shut people up. But it's very telling, I think.
So right now, Richard, I'm not sure who's shutting who up. What are you saying?
Well, she came in here and interrupted somebody because she was talking about fluoride.
Okay, so you're talking about her.
Yeah, I'm talking
But I
about
mean-
Nikita Robinson.
Yeah,
I don't
all right.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I told her several times to wait her turn.
So are we still going
I
around?
apologize, Jasmine, that shouldn't have happened.
Are we still going around, or?
Oh,
where
no,
are
we finished, unless you want to make a comment.
Well, I had one thing. So, because of what's happening at the federal level and the EPA, they have a very hostile view of protecting the environment right now. One of the things that we did a lot of work on in New York was banning fracking. And fossil fuels are going to be making another pitch. Coal's on the way back, thanks to our president. And I could see where they're going to be doing whatever they can, the industry, and with the help of the government, to maybe implement fracking in this state. I was part of an email chain. One of the House representatives in the Southern District, it's actually the 23rd District, Nick Langworthy is his name, so he's just west of here. He covers part of Owego, Targa County actually.
Uh-huh.
He's all for, fracking, and thinks it's a great story in Pennsylvania. So that's something to keep on the horizon. Binghamton one time did have a ban citywide on fracking, and one of the people that worked on that was Leah Webb
Oh.
when she was in the city council.
Was that in case the state changed its mind? Because as far as I know, there was a state.
That was before the state.
Oh, before.
They just, municipalities were allowed to do their own individual bans and moratoriums. So just like they're still doing things now, different municipalities banning either battery installations or solar installations. So it could come back. That's now we don't have to worry about coal mining in this area, but
Yeah, but fracking we do. Just like in.
yeah, you all are, sorry to say, too young to know about the fracking fight that happened, but this area, the southern tier, was prime for the Marcellus shale, and extracting oil out of the shale. I'm sorry, gas, and it's rich down there. And the industry still knows that.
Mm.
So that's all I had.
Okay.